Hello everybody, it's Julian Greystoke, your Rant-Gardian, here with another video. I know, I spaced these out way too much. I already have a very strict video schedule for my main channel, so I just do these when I have time. Today is not going to be terribly ranty. Today is just going to be talking about my experience as a woman and an amtgarder with a recent thing at Keep on the Borderlands. My experience with Keep on the Borderlands was probably pretty different from most people's because I was part of like the core feast team that was always there helping the feastocrat run everything. So my experience was almost entirely the feast preparation tent. But we're not here to talk about that crazy. The one thing that I heard about and was interested in checking out at Keep was called the Women's Meet and Fight and Tournament. I was not as excited about the tournament part as I was about the meet and fight part because I am interested in meeting other women in Amtgard and hitting them with foam because that sounds fun. This is my cat Nigel. He's annoying and has a very long tail. So myself and some of the other ladies from the Frostlands, which is my park, went to check out the Women's Meet and Fight. And yes, it was primarily a tournament. And yeah, that did disappoint all of us a little bit because we were far more interested in meeting these other women. Because I don't know if you know this, but there are not a lot of women who fight in the world of Amtgard, and it can feel pretty lonely out there. One of the things I really try to encourage overall, and especially in Amtgard, is women being there for each other, standing up for each other, and being each other's biggest fans. A lot of times in Amtgard, you will have this sort of animosity between women, and it needs to go away. We need to be there for each other. So I was super excited to meet and encourage my fellow fighting ladies of Amtgard. Not that they needed terribly much encouragement. I participated in the tournament. I did not do well, but then no one is surprised by this. It's not like I'm trying to be a sword knight and I suck at tournaments. Here's the thing, and this is where this gets the closest to a rant. I am not in favor of separate women's tournaments. And let's be honest, all the ladies there who were serious about fighting did also do the Hammer of God Cup, because they knew that that was the serious tournament and this women's tournament was not. Now, I have heard some ladies saying that yes, they would enjoy a separate women's tournament, but the majority of the voices that I have heard have been categorically saying no, do not separate men and women's tournaments. It's kind of rather quite insulting. Here's the deal, I am 100% in favor of tournaments depending on the level of the Order of the Warrior that you have. So like you can have a tournament for 3 or below and a tournament for 3 and up, or whatever you want to do, however you want to arrange it. So you get the less experience fighting the less experience, the more experience fighting the more experience, so you don't have some newbie going up against a sword knight in their first round. Completely 100% in favor of that. Yes, we should see more of that, please. But having a separate one just for women does, in my opinion, nothing to help the women of Amtgard. In fact, it gives another degree of separation to the women in Amtgard, and we already feel ostracized enough, okay? Now, the tournament itself was fine. It was obviously not taken very seriously by most of us who were there, and I don't think it was supposed to be. I know some of the women who won it took it a lot more seriously than, say, me, a lowly scrub who basically got killed by everyone. And the peanut gallery, which you expected any sort of thing like this, was generally respectful. We did have a couple of small things, but you know, we're women in Amtgard, so we're used to it. Pro tip though, guys, throw this out there. If you are watching a women's tournament and then immediately after the tournament you are overcome with this desire to approach one of the women and tell them how they could have fought better, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Don't do it. Wait a while. Catch her a few days later. Don't catch her right after the tournament with your advice, alright? Honestly, the most fun part was when myself and several of my ladies from the Frostlands, where we have quite a few fighting women, yeah, we awesome. We got together a women's only ditch while they were figuring out the brackets for the second half of the tournament, and that was super fun. I love that. I would do that again. Like, women's only ditch, I am there. It was great. The only sad thing was, like I said, me and my fellow Frostlanders were hoping to maybe have a chance to get to know and talk to some of these women, and since at least I am a super awkward duckling, if that was going to happen, it kind of needed to be a little bit more structured. I would love to have a women's meet and fight where part of it was just a guided conversation by women in Amtgard about women in Amtgard, and then the other half was ditching or some kind of women-only battle game for fun. So there you go, guys. Those were my thoughts about the Keep on the Borderlands Women's Meet and Fight and Tournament. If you have any thoughts, don't forget to comment below, and if you are interested in my other amtgard videos that do not involve any ranting, links below in the doobly-doo. If you're watching this on YouTube, which I highly recommend, if you're watching this on Facebook, there's nothing below except for trolls, probably. Here, I'll make a bridge with my arms, and then the trolls are underneath it, so it makes sense. Yes. Nigel would like you all to remember that I also do a lot of other videos on my channel, mostly writing and reading related, because I'm a big old book nerd. So if that interests you at all, or you like my face or my voice for some reason, go check all of those out on my channel. I post new videos there Mondays and Fridays. This is your Rant-Gardian, signing off.